Hey, hey. Here we are. Hey everybody, it's Wednesday at 5 p.m. We're going to go live. This is the start of another week. I posted a little information earlier. Hey Alicia, coming right back in 2 seconds. Just start with the deep breathing, laying on your back, feet on top of the ball. And then we'll get going. We're just going to use a band today. And that's about it. A band in your ball, in your body. In your booty, in your back. All right, I'll be right back. So just start with deep breathing to the belly, filling the belly with air, wrap the hands around. Try to think of that breath 360, going down into the pelvis. Active exhale, blowing the candles out. All right. How you guys feeling? I hope you're staying healthy. It's getting crazy, but we'll get through it. So after those 10 deep breaths, we're going to start to engage the pelvic floor. So we're going to breathe into the low belly, release the pelvic floor front and back. So you should feel like the sensation about you're trying to go to the bathroom. As you exhale, you're going to blow the candles out. Belly button comes to spine. Draw the front and back of the pelvic floor together and pull up. So that drawing up and in is very important. Go for active breath, right? So hear yourself blowing the candles out. Inhale deep into the belly. Release the pelvic floor. Release the marble down to your feet. Exhale, blow the candles out. Belly button comes to spine. All right. So just do 2 more nice deep breaths. As you exhale, drawing that marble up and in, think of the tailbone coming to pubic bone and drawing up. So you're holding those contractions for about 5 seconds. Now you're going to go to a normal breath and you are going to do your 10 quick flicks. So the 10 quick flicks, drawing the marble up, releasing it down to your feet. It's about 2 seconds in each direction. Just trying to move some stuff out of the way. So draw up for 2, release for 2. Draw up for 2, release for 2. Breath is normal. Regular as possible. And we're gonna, so you can put the feet back on the ball, to the side of the ball. Actually, we're gonna do the ball squeezes again. So I felt like with the bigger ball, you kind of get a little different part of those inner thighs with the pelvic floor. So we're gonna keep the feet down. You can keep them on the floor, balls between the knees. Inhale to that lower belly, release the pelvic floor, exhale, draw up, squeeze in on that ball. So you're only squeezing as hard as you can, keeping drawing the pelvic floor up. Poke yourself, abs tight, belly button's coming down. So you could always look, well, you could always feel if the pressure's pushing out or drawing in and up. So inhale, release the knees, release the marble down. Exhale, draw up. Option to do these in tabletop, which would be a little harder. So it's up to you. Inhale, release the knees, release the marble, so pelvic floor is relaxing. Exhale, blow the candles out, draw the marble up. So draw that pelvic floor in and up, front and back as you're squeezing in on the ball. 5-second holds. Inhale, release. Exhale, draw up from the pelvic floor. Squeezing in on the ball. Keep pulling that marble in and up with the pelvic floor. Think about the front and back contracting, pulling up, feeling the deep core starting to work, kick in. Inhale, release the knees. Belly's rising, so the belly's not going to rise as much if your legs are up in tabletop because your core is very engaged at that point. So breathe. Exhale, squeeze in on the ball. Draw the marble up. Inhale, release the knees. Full belly breath. Belly rises. Exhale. Core is engaged. Belly button to spine. Pull the pelvic floor in and up. Hold. Inhale, release. Exhale on the next one. You're going to hold the ball with the knees. Go to a normal breath. And then work on 10 quick flicks. So you're pulling the pelvic floor in and up and releasing it down. Drawing in and up. Releasing down. Drawing in and up. Releasing down while holding tension with the knees. So you might have to back off of that tension if you can't feel the pelvic floor engaged. You shouldn't be squeezing your butt at this point. Your shoulders need to be relaxed. Head, neck, and shoulders nice and relaxed. So after your 10 quick flicks, pull the marble up, drop down to the feet. Make sure you're not pushing or bearing down. Belly is flattening, belly is releasing, belly is flattening, belly is releasing. Those inner thighs are holding nice and tight. And then we're going to relax after 10, bring the heels back up. So now we're going to go to heel slides on the ball. So you're just going to start with just the heels. Breathe into the low belly. As you exhale, belly button to spine, feet are coming out. So your core is tight, back is flat. Butt is not engaged, it's just the core. Inhale, bring the knees back up to hip, to being in line with the hips. So inhale, release the pelvic floor. Exhale, blow the candles out, draw the pelvic floor up, move the feet out. Lot of abs here. Inhale, release the pelvic floor, knees back in line with the hips. Exhale, blow the candles out. Inhale, draw the knees up, full belly breath. Exhale, blow the candles out. So you're really not pushing down into the ball. You're just using that as support as you're isolating the core and pelvic floor. So your pelvic core. Inhale, knees up. Exhale, going out as far as you can, keeping the pelvic floor contraction. Inhale, bring it back up. Let's just do 2 more. Exhale out. Good. Inhale, knee, hips. Exhale out. So now we're going to start with the legs straight. Heels on the ball, legs straight. This is a lot for glutes and whole posterior chain. So we're going to inhale, and you keep the hands down by the side. Inhale into the belly. Exhale, squeeze your butt to lift. Draw the pelvic floor in. So you're in a flat line, legs stay straight. Quads are engaged. Inhale, drop the hips down. Release the pelvic floor, full belly breath. Exhale, push through the heels. You're squeezing your glutes. You're not going into this arched back position. Staying nice and straight, ribs down to the hips, belly button in, draw that marble up, keep squeezing, keep holding, inhale, drop. So now let's just come up halfway. So a few inches off the ground, you'll feel a lot more unstable. That's all right. Keep drawing the pelvic floor up. Inhale, release. So let's just do that halfway again, few inches. Keep drawing the marble up. Feel a pretty good pelvic floor contraction, especially if you're not coming all the way up. Inhale into the belly, release the hips. Exhale about halfway. Keep pulling that marble up. Belly button's coming to spine, ribs staying pointed down. Drop the hips. Now we're going to come back up to where we're kind of neutral, squeezing the glutes, ribs pointing to hips. What I want you to try to do, hands down by the side, you're going to need them. Lift one foot up. Alternate, lift the other foot up. Alternate, keep pulling that marble up. Breathe normally, and pelvic floor is engaged. So just go in. Keep alternating if you can. You're really stabilizing that single leg, glute, hip, hamstring, calf, shins. Two more. Hold the marble. Pull that pelvic floor in. Good. Rest down. So next one, inhale. Release everything. Release that pelvic floor. Exhale, come up. And now we're going to work on 10 quick flicks with the hips elevated. So draw the marble up. Release it down to your feet. Draw it up. Release it down to your feet. Draw it up. Release it down to your feet. So this is a little different. A lot of hamstring, a lot of glutes, stabilizing in the hips. So get your 10 quick flicks in there. And then we'll move on. 2 seconds up, 2 seconds back down. Think of the marble on an elevator up to your head and then bringing it down to your feet. Up to your head, down to your feet. 2 second contract, 2 second relax. After you get your 10 quick flicks in, grab a band. Make it either a medium or hard band. We're going to kind of make the band stuff a little more challenging. So what we're going to do is we are going to bring the legs up to 90. And now we're going to inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to bring the arms up too. As you exhale, you're going to pull the pelvic floor in. Inhale. Hands together, knees together. Exhale, draw the marble up. So same rules apply where you're only going as wide as you can go, maintaining that pelvic floor contraction. You might have to move the band to see where it kind of fits, feels better. Inhale together. Exhale out wide. You're not curling that tailbone underneath. It's really important that the knees and hips stay in line. This way your tailbone doesn't start to curl, and then you're compensating trying to use the ab muscles. So inhale together. Exhale, draw the marble out wide. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Keep drawing up. Keep pulling up front and back of that pelvic floor. Inhale, release. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, release. Full breath. Exhale. Blow the candles out. 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the nose. Watch that low back. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. On the next one, you could keep the arms down. Just hold the knees out wide. Normal breath. 10 quick flicks. Draw the marble up. Release it down. So it might be harder to do in one direction versus the other. That's okay. Just try to keep the chest and shoulders relaxed. Really isolating the pelvic floor with some of that transverse abdominis after your 10 quick flicks. You can roll up. So we're going to make this a little more dynamic seated. We're going to inhale as the knees are together. Exhale. So you're leaning back. Your hands can be back of you for support. You should feel a lot of core engaged. Ribs stay pointed down. Inhale together. Exhale, draw the marble up. Inhale together. Exhale, draw up. Inhale together. So they're like seated jumping jacks. A lot of stabilization going on. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 10 more. Together. Now hold the pelvic floor contracted and keep going with the 10. 9, 8, ribs down to hips. 7, 6, keep drawing the belly button in and up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, rest. It's a lot of hip. And you should feel the transverse abdominis working really hard right around here to keep you stable. Now we're going to bring that band down to the feet. And we're going to do this again, kind of in a different position. So we're going to go on to forearms. And what we're going to do is single leg flex toe to shin. And we're going to draw in and up on the pelvic floor, ribs pointing down. Breathe, straight leg raises. So this is a lot of hip flexor, a lot of deep lower abs. Don't let the ribs flare. Keep them down. And just do some gentle pulses, 2 inches up. Try not to bend the knee, so you're going to work the quad actually a lot. And continue to draw the belly button in and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Take a nice deep breath. Left side, toe to shin. Pull belly button in and up to spine, ribs down to hips. You don't have to extra pull up on the pelvic floor by drawing that belly button up. You should be getting the pelvic floor engaged. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, rest. We're going to pull this band all the way up, and then we're going to stand. So I'm kind of combining some of the pelvic floor and just stability stuff today. Keep it a little interesting. So the difficult part of this is going to be balancing. So get somewhere where you can, where you could use something to hold on to. I have the workout written here, so I'm just trying to keep it up. So now we're going to go to single leg, bands above the knee. Right knee is bent at 90 degrees. Okay, so what we're going to do is just start with a fewer pairing breath with movement. So you're going to inhale. Exhale, knee comes out to the side, pelvic floor comes up. So what it looks like from the side, knees stay in line. Inhale, exhale, draw the marble up, squeeze the glute. You're trying not to lean away. You're using the side of your butt to move the band. So inhale, knee comes down. Exhale, knee comes out to the side. So inhale into the belly. Exhale, draw the pelvic floor up, knee comes out, holding, pulling up, posture's nice and tall. So you're poking, making sure that the core is nice and engaged. Belly button's coming flat to spine, the whole belly drop. You're feeling the outside of that glute working. Inhale, drop the knee. Exhale, bring the knee out wide. Draw the belly button in and up. Pelvic floor is working up. So side, knees stay side by side. You don't want your knee in front of you and you're going out to the side. You want it side by side. Inhale. Exhale, shoulder blades stay relaxed. A lot of balance on that left hip. Inhale down, fill the belly. Exhale, draw the pelvic floor up, belly button to spine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hold it on this side, hold the pelvic floor contraction. So drawing the front and back, tailbone to pubic bone, pull up, hold that contraction, go to a normal breath, and we're just going to go 10 repetitions out to the side. 9, 8, 7, keep pulling up on the pelvic floor. 8, I just counted backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And what's going to happen when your standing leg starts to fatigue, you start to feel your whole core disengage. The pelvic floor kind of drops out. So our goal is to work on that endurance. So if you're doing 10 and say you get to 6 and everything kind of falls apart, rest for a second, pull the pelvic floor back up and in, get your posture tall, and keep going with the rest of the set. So we're going to switch sides. We're going to start with pairing breath with movement, breath and pelvic floor with movement, and then we're just going to work on the endurance. So we're going to inhale, left leg's up, right leg. So my right side is a little weaker for balance. So I'm going to make sure that there's something close to me so I keep my form proper. By using a little assistance is better than falling all over the place and trying to do the exercise. So we're going to inhale into the belly, exhale, pull the marble up, pull the pelvic floor up and in, knee comes out to the side, hold, poke, make sure that belly button's coming to spine, squeeze, and inhale, release. Fill the belly, release the pelvic floor, exhale, blow the candles out, squeeze the side of the glute. Right leg is nice and strong. You're not leaning away, pulling in and up. Inhale, release. Exhale, knee comes out to the side. Draw that pelvic floor up. Inhale down. Exhale out. Drop. So your core is engaged through the whole movement. Keep going with the breath and the exercise. Make sure that you're not bringing the leg out, but belly still is hanging out. That belly button draws to spine and the pelvic floor is pulling up. So you're stabilizing from the base of your spine, base of your pelvis, internal core muscles to externally. So on the next one, we're going to exhale. Keep that pelvic floor contracted, posture tall. This time, breathe normal. And we're going for 10 repetitions out to the side. 9, 8, 7. Each side might be different. It might be a little harder to keep a pelvic floor contraction depending on where your weakness is. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, rest. So you could kind of forward fold or shake the hips out. The next one, we're going to actually come down into a squat. So we're going to go squat, abductor, back to neutral, and up. So we're going to inhale, exhale, out, back to neutral, up. So you could actually inhale at the top, exhale down through the movement, inhale back up. So what you want to focus on is as you're exhaling, can you pull that pelvic floor in and up? So when you're doing squats, normally, right, just sitting down and back, I like to keep a little tension on the pelvic floor, but I do that also by pulling belly button to spine and drawing up instead of letting the belly fall out, catching this arch in the back. Or what's opposite is usually a tuck under. So when we try to get the core involved when we're doing some sort of squat, generally we might tuck that tailbone under, and we don't want to do that either. So for me, it's easier when I think about the pelvic floor being involved. It keeps my spine in a really nice alignment. It keeps my tailbone free from being tucked under, and I'm supporting the base of my spine with a little pelvic floor contraction, and that's naturally pulling in the stabilizing transverse abdominis, and then my belly button's coming in instead of the pressure pushing out. Okay, so that was a long-winded explanation, but we're coming down. As you push out, pelvic floor is drawing up. Pay attention what happens to your body through this movement. It's not big out. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. So let's play with the breath a little bit. Let's inhale as you sit down. Exhale as you come up. Inhale down. We're going to go more towards a normal breath now. And think about what your pelvic floor is doing as you're breathing normally. You still want to be able to engage it. If we don't have that sinking yet, where the pelvic floor is not, the mind-body connection just isn't there yet, you might not be able to. So that's okay. Hold it down. So now let's think about this squat. We're pushing out against the band. The pressure in our abdominal region is not pushing out, back's not arching. We're drawing in and up. If you're having a hard time drawing in and up, it's because the stabilizing muscles in your pelvic floor, they're not working together. So that could lead to a lot of low back issues and hip issues. Come back up. All right, so take a break for a second. We kind of went a little off. But I want to go back to that squat. I want to go back to the squat. So we're going to make this a little more realistic. Grab a chair if you have it. What I mean by realistic is functional. So you're still pushing out on the band. Inhale down. Exhale up. So when you stand from a seated position, should be squat form. Exhale, drawing that marble up. So inhale down. Exhale, draw up. Inhale down. Woo, falling back. Exhale, draw up. Inhale, tap. Exhale, up. Inhale, tap. Hip hinge. Sitting back into the heels. Exhale, draw the marble up. Sitting back into the heels. Exhale, draw the marble up. 5 more. 5. Tap down. Pull the marble up. 4. Tap down. Pull the marble up. 3. Tap down. Draw up. 2. And 1 more. Good. Rest for a second. Let's take the band off for now. We are going to switch gears and get back to the ground. Try to get a wall in back of you. Prone stability, flex, arms. So try to get a wall in back of you, or put the ball against something that doesn't move. We've done this before in class. So what we're going to do is put your hands, arms at 90 degrees. So if you just have the ball to work with, put it against something that doesn't move. So you'd be here, right? I'm going to put it against this pole. Arms are 90 degrees against it. We're coming up and we're tapping as you push back into the ball or wall. That's a terrible angle. And so I'll just show you sideways. Have something stable behind you, pushing back. So that's going to get the upper abs engaged. I'm just going to kind of push into the floor, elbows to ceiling, push the forearms against the wall or something stable, or just drive the knuckles down into to the floor and then go to toe taps. So what we're working on, core stability, right? Belly button staying drawing in and up, ribs are staying down. What's going to happen is that extra pressure from the arms tends to make the ribs want to flare, and we need to work harder to keep those down. And then once we're asking to go into a toe tap or a march, that is making it extra hard. So even if it's 10 seconds and then you feel like that's all you got is that 10 seconds, and then just rest. So knuckles down, push down into the ground, elbows to ceiling, ribs down, belly buttons drawing in and up, toe taps. Keep the tension with the upper body as the lower body's working, and you're trying not to let your back go into arch position and rib flare. That's going to be the hard part. Rest. We're going to do this for about a minute. So do as many as you can. Rest. jump back into it. Do as many as you can, rest, jump back into it. That one's really good. It's hard. So about 30 more seconds. Let's go for 15 more seconds. Pushing the knuckles to floor. Ribs in. Belly button in and up. 10, 9, 8. Keep driving in with the arms. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. If you get that hip pop, you could think of, you could try to pull the pelvic floor up and in. So now we're going to use the ball. We're going to go onto our belly. So we're going to kind of go into a high plank with the ball as support. And we're going to make it pretty interesting. But the goal is the ball is pushing against us. So we're going to actually push our hips down into the ball. So you're going to squeeze your butt, put your pelvis into the ball, but then draw your belly button in and up. So again, this is for stability. My ball is a little too big to make this as effective as I would want it to be. So if you feel like you're kind of like barely touching the ground on your ball, you can take the ball out. It's going to be harder. Okay, so you're either in a plank with or without the ball, drawing the belly button off the ball, squeeze, a little squeeze in the glutes, and then we're going to go alternate arm, alternate leg, keeping that core stable. Try not to let the hips sway. Hold it for 5 seconds, switch sides. You aren't holding your breath, so you're making sure you're breathing. So again, if your ball is too big, this is going to be probably super easy because you have kind of nothing to give you a little support, but to keep you still activated. So it's up to you. If the ball works, it works. If not, take the ball out. It could just be 1 inch off the floor. Draw belly button in and up. Switch. So I like to, for me, because I had the 2 C-sections and still don't have that much feeling on how to activate something like that that's harder for me, I will pull my pelvic floor into it. So I will do a gentle pelvic floor contraction in and up to stabilize myself as I slowly go into lifting the arm and leg. So just try it again for a minute. You could always start on knees, but again, the intention is to use the ball. But if your ball is too big and it's not effective, then please go to the floor. 10 more seconds. Continue to draw that belly button up. Hips aren't arched, so we're not in this arch back. Rotate them by squeezing your glutes. Pull the belly button in. Nice tight core. Breathe. A lot of intra-abdominal pressure. We're learning how to work with that to prevent pelvic floor dysfunction or to help pelvic floor dysfunction. And it's all about how you manage the intra-abdominal pressure. So pull up and in. When the exercise is harder, you might not be able to do that. And if you can't do that, you'd want to go back and start with a modification to build to the progression. So you want to progress smart. You don't want to just do the hardest exercise because you want to try to do it, but all that pressure is pushing out and down. It's not going to do anything good for you. All right. So now we're going to come up onto the knees. And I'm going to try to pair this exercise with breathing and pelvic floor again. So you're going to be on a plank on your knees. Elbows are underneath your shoulders. We're going to inhale to the belly. Exhale, draw the marble up, push the elbows out. So you're not letting yourself drop. You're continuing to push down. Inhale into the belly. Exhale, draw the marble up, arms come out. Inhale into the belly. Exhale, pull the marble up, pelvic floor up, arms out. Inhale to the belly. Exhale, drop. This one's crazy. Like this one you could feel as you exhale and roll out the ball and draw your pelvic floor up, you feel the deepest core muscles that you probably wouldn't feel normally. So inhale, in, exhale, draw the marble up. Inhale, elbows in. Exhale, draw the marble up. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, roll out, draw the marble up. One more. Cool, rest. How you doing? We're gonna try to do some side extensions over the ball. And then some just curtsy lunges, what we're gonna go with. So for ball, your inner knee, you're on the knee, ball's coming into the hip, top leg is straight. So this foot kind of has to be on something sticky like the mat to hold you in place. But if not, you would want to use a wall. So if you can use a wall, use it. I think if I try to show you how to, so if you're using a wall, sorry, this is gonna lie. I use my trusty pole. Bring the ball underneath, kind of pushing up and over. Then you're gonna extend down. This foot is what's keeping you stable. Extend down, extend the side. Exhale, crunch up. So now that you have a good idea of how to utilize the core like this, you don't want to crunch up, but your belly's pushing out this way, but you're tightening here. We want to pull the belly button into spine as you go into a side crunch. So it's inhale, extension. Exhale, pull the belly button in, crunch up. You only need to go as far as you can. So even if it's here, inhale to the side. Exhale, draw the belly button in and up, and it's small. That's okay. You can start hands on across the chest. Inhale, exhale. Whatever you feel comfortable with. If it's too much and it's exacerbating any sort of symptoms, then you could stop and let me know, and then we would go to a side plank. So just go for two more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull in and up, crunch. And then we're going to switch sides. So left knee down, right leg is straight. Each side's going to feel different. Hands across the chest or behind the head. Extend this side. Exhale, crunch. So rib to hip, belly button in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, you feel this whole side. Especially if you pull the belly button in and up, you feel down into right into the pubic bone. Inhale, extend. Exhale, up. Poke yourself. Keep finger near the belly button so you're pulling in and up, not pushing out and down. Inhale, extend. Blow the candles out. Pull up. Inhale, extend. Good. 4 more. Inhale. 3 more. Inhale, extend. 2 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch up. 1 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch up. Rest. Beautiful. You could go into a nice wide knee child's pose using the ball if you want. Beautiful stretch. I love using the ball. Breathe into that lower belly. All right, let's get this band on one last time. We're going to keep it above the ankles. So feet together, we're going to do curtsy lunge combination. So inhale as we go down into the lunge, exhale as we come up. The leg comes down and back, and I know the band's going to pull on you, but it's all right. If it stays there, if it doesn't, don't worry about it. Inhale down. Exhale, come up. So inhale, let me try to move it. Is yours rolling like mine? Like ridiculous. Move the band to above your knees. So inhale, down and back. Exhale, toe tap, draw the marble up. Inhale, straight down. Push through the front heel. Exhale, pull the pelvic floor up. Inhale, drop that back knee down. Push through this front heel. Exhale, draw the marble up. Inhale down. Exhale, pull up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale, draw the marble up. Inhale down. Exhale, pull the pelvic floor up. Inhale down. Exhale, pull. Hold it back here. Pulse. Keep drawing the pelvic floor up. Shoulder blades back. 8, 7, 6. Keep pulling in and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, shake it off. So as you can see, like, especially in the pulse, keep going with your legs, but you might fall out in your core. So if your legs can keep going, but your core can't, stop. Okay, switch sides. Left leg's coming back. Inhale down. Exhale, draw the marble up. Inhale. You could either do these straight back or curtsy, which is just a little angle. As you can see, it's not huge. Inhale down. Exhale up. Hips stay square. Inhale down. Exhale, push through this front knee. Pull the marble up. So one side definitely will feel a little more shaky. Exhale, draw the marble up. Inhale down. Exhale, draw up. 4 more. Inhale down. Exhale, belly button's coming to spine. Keep checking in with yourself. 3, 2 more. 2. Hold it down. Pull the pelvic floor up. Pulse. Think about that whole front foot feeling the ground, every part of it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and come up. Good. Shake those legs out. The last thing I want to try is hamstrings, just because hamstrings isolated. I'm going to try them laying down, and we're going to see where it feels more effective. So if you're laying down, wrap one, put the non-working leg, the band, over the arch and heel of your foot, and then keep the other one, put the other one like right over your heel. So we're going to try to keep the band down with the left foot and pull the heel in towards your butt. So as you're doing these, you're not just letting your belly, this is a lot for the hamstring and glute, so you should feel like right up here. Doesn't matter how high you come, you just want to feel that resistance on the hamstring. But pull the belly button in and up as you're curling with the legs. So heel comes to glute, pull the belly button in and up off the mat, so you're stabilizing your body through this movement using your core. Inhale down. Exhale, hold for a few seconds. You can see mine jumping. That's all good. It's all good stuff. So just make sure, inhale, straighten. Exhale, heel to glute. Pull the belly button towards spine. Again, you could poke. You should feel that you're tensing up and tightening up in the abs. 1 more. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. That was hard. Switch sides. So now the band I'm going to put more around my arch of my right foot, but the high point of my heel on my left foot. That seemed to give a good balance. So right leg straight, left leg. I came undone. You can keep going if you got it. Inhale straight, exhale curl. Inhale straight, exhale heel the glute. Again, one leg might feel stronger. Keep pulling the belly button in and up as you pull the heel towards glute. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, squeeze. Pull the belly off the mat as you exhale and pull your heel to butt. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, squeeze. 3 more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, squeeze. 2 more. Last one. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. Take the band off. Feel free if after we stretch any of those exercises like the hamstrings or the lunges, if you wanted to do those again, you can. We're going to go right into cat-cow and then quickly into downward dog to stretch these hamstrings out. So just nice deep breath, drop the belly, exhale, round the back, wiggle around. So we're just going into some stretches now to cool down, release the pelvic floor, release the low back, release the hips, because Pelacore is a lot of lumbo hip complex work. And we did that today. You did awesome. Good job. Inhale. Last one. Head comes up. Exhale. Round. Draw belly button to spine. Now we're going to come to plank. Exhale, push the floor away. Drop the heels towards the mat. They don't necessarily need to touch. Everybody's flexibility is different. Tailbone towards the ceiling. Shoulders down and back away from the ears. Relax the neck. And just breathe. Nice deep breath through the nose. Exhale, relax. Release tension. Inhale to the belly. Exhale, push that floor away. Pedal the feet. We're going to come down to a plank and down onto our bellies. Elbows hug your side. Push up into cobra. Roll the shoulders down and back, reach the chest forward, tuck the chin. Doesn't matter where in this you come. If you want to just stay in your forearms, that's okay too. And then we're going to push down and back to a wide knee, child's pose. Walk the hands out first. Drop the hips back, forehead to the mat. Keep rounding those shoulders back, down and back. So as the floor is pulling you away, you're working the shoulders back. So it's creating that tension, a little traction. All right, we're going to do the hips a little differently today. Do the hip stretch, do the hip stretch. So we're going to sit. Heels together. First, take a nice deep belly breath. And then exhale, bring your chest to your toes. Hold it. You can push the knees out, but the back's flat. So see how I'm working chest to toes, tailbone back. Kind of reaching my head up as my hips go back. Inhale, up straight. Nice deep breath. Exhale. Let those hips rotate back. Let the tailbone reach towards the back wall even. If you could get that far, push the knees out, reach with the chest, chin, top of the head working towards the ceiling. Good, come back in. We're gonna bring the right leg over, left, so the right foot is flexed and it's on top of the left knee. And you're just gonna try to sit up nice and tall to keep those hips stable and see what this knee does. It might be way up here. You should feel the right hip. So now that we're nice and tall and we're trying to work the right seat bone towards the mat. Make sure it's not coming up. Breathe into the low belly. Nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Reach the right arm up, left arm down. As you're in this position, inhale, reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, reach up and over. Keep reaching through the fingertips. Keep pushing that right hip towards the mat. 2 breaths into that right side. 1 more. Good, and we're going to switch. Straighten the legs, shake them out. Then the right leg is going to be on bottom. Left leg is going to be on top. Flexed foot. So you're stacking like 90 degrees. 90 degrees, you're making a nice triangle. Flex that top foot. Sit up nice and tall. Breathe into the belly. Shoulder blades relaxed. Inhale the left arm up. Reach through the fingertips. Shoulder stays down. Exhale. Reach up and over. Breathe into the whole left side, left rib cage. Good. Let's lay on our backs. Windshield wipers, so feet are going to be mat width apart. Wring yourself out. Let's go side to side about 10 times. Still breathing nice and deeply. And now let's go into happy baby. Wrap around the feet, grab the bottom of the feet, or you could hug the knees into chest. Make sure your tailbone's working towards the ground. So breathe into the low belly. Exhale, release that tailbone. Releasing the pelvic floor. Knees are nice and wide. You could use your elbows to push them out. I'm just going to give you a little bonus. Roll over onto the side. Hip flexor. So it's like quad and hip flexor. If you pull this leg back, but squeeze your butt and you'll get a much better hip flexor stretch. Try to keep the head up. And then we're going to switch sides. So keep your body straight, chin tucked, pull that leg back, squeeze your glutes in, and push your pelvis forward, and you'll feel the stretch more on that side. Top of the leg, knee, quad, hip flexor. All right. Stay in any of those stretches as long as you would like. That's it for today. Thank you once again for joining me. I hope everybody stays healthy, feels better. God bless you. How do you feel, Alicia? Yeah. Were you able to get through it, or did I lose you? Good. You're welcome. You're welcome. Great job. Staying consistent. Let me know if you have any questions on any of the exercises. Take note if any of them feel really good for you, for your back and just for your body, and practice those. So try to keep stacking the ones that feel good for your body and don't hurt too much, especially tomorrow, and you'll know. But have a good night. Get some good sleep. It's kind of like what I'm trying to resort to is at this point trying to keep nutrition good, supplements up, and that key thing to do is going to be to get as much sleep as possible, and try not to get too worked up. Keep the stress as reasonable. But I think that's why the sleep comes into play, because if we could sleep, then we don't have to think about everything, and our bodies get to rest and repair. All right, I'll see you soon. Talk to you soon. Bye.